Cast it now, King Conrad, claim us all, as the weird woman promised, and I fear thou playest most foully for it. Yet it was said, it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be in the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, the varieties on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most insoluble tie, forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in these day council, but will take tomorrow. It's far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time. Twixt this and supper, go not my horse, the better. I must become a borrower of the night, for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessed their cruel paracreed, fulfilling their hearers with strange inventions, but of that tomorrow, when withal we shall have caused of state, craving us jointly. Key you to the horse, adieu, till you return a knight. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my lord. Our time does call upon.
I wish you horses swift and sure foot, and so I do commend you in their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time, till 7 at night, to make society the sweeter welcome. We will keep ourselves till supper time alone. While then, God be with you. Saha, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears and Banquo stick deep, and in his loyal of nature redeems that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath a wisdom that doth guides his valor to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked. As it is said, Mark Antony was by Caesar's. He chid the sisters when the first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him, then prophet like he hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren serpent in my grips, hence to be wretched with an unlining hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo issued have I filled my mind, for then the gracious Duncan have I murdered, put rancours in the vessels of my peace, only for them, and my eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man, to make them king, the seat of Banquo's kings. Rather than so come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Now go to the door and stay there until we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Well then now, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he in the past which held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent selves. This I made good to you in your last confession, passed in probation with you. How you were borne in hand, how crossed the instruments who wrought with them, and all things else that night, to half a soul and to a notion crazed, say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and for his issues, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and begged your forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue ye goes for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curls, sots, water rugs, and demi-wolves are clamped all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, every one according to the gifts which bounteous nature hath in him closed, whereby he does receive particular additions from the bill, that writes them all alike, and so of men. Now if you have a station in the file, not I the worst rank of manhood say, and I will put the business in your bosom, whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us, who wear our health but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffers of the world hath so incensed, that I am reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary in the disasters tugged with fortune, that I would set a lie on any chance to mend it or be rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my
True, my
lord.
lord.
So in his mind, and in such blood distance, that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest of life, and though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will avenge it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose love I may not drop but wail his fall, who I myself struck down. And hence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye, for sun-dry wait-tree season.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Through our lives.
Your spirit shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves accordance you with the perfect spy of the time. The moment on, for must be done tonight, and something from the palace always through, that I require a clearness, and with him to leave no rubs nor blotches in the work. Leonce, his son, that keeps him company, whose absence no less material to me than his father's, must brace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourself apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. I'll bid within. It is concluded, Banquo, thy soul flight. If it finds heaven, it must find it tonight.
Is Banco gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Not had all spent where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer is to be which we destroy, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone of sorry's fancies? your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died. With them I think on. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whistle our poor malice reasons in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint both the world suffer, ere we will eat our meals in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have spent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan in his grave after life fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst, nor steel, nor poison, malice, domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle my lord, sleep, or your rugged looks be bright and juvenile among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray, be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo, present him enemies, both with eye and tongue, unsafe the while that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams, and make our faces vizards to our hearts, distinguish what they are.
You must leave this.
All full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Know thou that Banquo and his fiancée live,
But in them nature's copies an entry.
there's comfort, yet they are assortable. Then be thou jocund, ere the bat hath frowned his closest flight, ear to black heed cat summons the shards born beetles with his drowning hums hath run nightly yearn peals. There shall be done a deed of dreadful notes.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dear Chuck, till thou plausible the deed. Come, steal the night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel the tears to piece that great bound which keeps me pale. Light thickens, the crown makes wings to the rooky wood. Good things of day being to drop and drowse you, while night's black agent in their prey do rouse. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still things bad, begun make strong themselves by ill. So Peethy, go with me.
Who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth,
He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices and what we have to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the later traveler apace, to gain the timely end, and near approaches the subject of our watch.
hark, I hear horses.
Give us a light there, Ho.
Then 'tis he, the rest, that are within the note of expectation. Already are, I've court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he doesn't usually. So all men do from hence to the palace gate make it their walk.
A light! A light!
'Tis he.
Stand to it.
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Oh, treachery! Fly, good Fleance, fly! Fly, fly! Thou mayest revenge, O slave!
Who did strike out the light?
Was it not the way?
There's but one down. The sun is fled.
We have lost best half of our affair.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degree. Sit down. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourselves will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her estate, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks, thy are welcome.
See the encounter, thee with their heart thanks. Both sides are even here. I'll sit I midst and be large in mirth. Anon, we'll drink a measure the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. I did that for him.
Thou art the best, O cutthroats, yet he's good. That did the like for Fleance. If thou didn't it, art are now paperable.
Most royal sir, Fleance has escaped.
Then come my fit again. I had else been perfect, whole, as the marble, founded as the rock, as broad and general as decreasing air, but now I had combined, curbed, confined, bound in to sauce, doubt, and fear. But Banquo safe.
Aye, my good lord, safe in a ditch he bides, with 20 trenched gashes on his head, the least a death a tenacia.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies, the worm that fled, hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present, get thee gone, tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold. There is not often vouched. Well, this I'm marking. 'Tis given with welcome to feed where best at home. From thence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Meeting where bare without it.
Sweet remembrance, good digestion, wait on appetite, and health on both.
Please, your highness, sit.
Here had we now our country's honor, rooted where the grace person of our Banquo present, who may I rather challenge for kindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lies blame upon his promise. Please, your highness, to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here's a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What isn't the moves, your highness?
Which one of you done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentle man, rise. His highness is not well. Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you, keep seat. The fit is momentary, upon a thought. He will again be well, if much you know him. You shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one, that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is very painting of your fear. This is the ere dawn dagger, which you said lead you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts and posters to true fear. Well, become a woman's story at a winter's fire, authorized by her grandma. Shame itself! Why do you make such faces when all's done? You look but on stool.
Pity. See there? Behold, look. Lo, how say you? Why, what care I? If thou canst not speak to, if channel houses and our graves must send, thou, that we bury back our monument, shall be the mall of kites.
What? Quiet, unmanned, and folly?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie! For shame!
Blood hath been shed ere now. Time. Ere human states purge the gentle well. Aye, and since 2 murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear, the time have been that when the brain were out, the man would die. And there an end, but now they rise again. With 20 moral murders on their crowns and pushed us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not amuse at me, my worthy friends. I have strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. Then I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friends Banquo, whom we miss, who he were here. Duh! To all and him we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avent and quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee. Thy bones are marrowless. Thy blood is cold. Thou hast no specular in those eyes, which thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good peers, but as I think of custom, this no other. Only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare approach thou like a rugged Russian bear, an armed rhinoceros, or a Hakan tiger? Take any shape but that, and my firm nerves shall never tremble or be alive again. Dare me to the desert with thy sword. If I tremble in habit, then protest me. The baby of a girl. Hence, horror shadow. Unreal mockery, hence. Why so? Being gone, I am a man again.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meaning, with most admired disorder.
Can't such thing be and overcome us like a summer's cloud? Without our special wonder, you make me strange, even to disposition that I owe. When now I think you can behold such sight, and keep the neutral rugby of our cheeks, when mine is balanced with fear.
What sights, my lord? I pray you, speak not. He grows worse and worse. Questions enrage him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health. Attend his majesty.
A good night to all.
It will have blood, they said. Blood will have blood. Stone have been known to move and trees to speak. Argues and understood relations have by Macbeth and blood. They say blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move and trees to speak. Argues and understood relations have by my got pies and chotes and roots brought forth the secret man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds. gods with mourning, which is which?
How sayest thou that Macduff denies his person and at our greatest bidding?
Did you send him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send. There's not a one of them, but in this house I keep a servant fed. I will tomorrow, and bedtime I will. To the weird sisters more shall they speak, for now I am bent to know. By the worst means, the worst, for mine own good. All causes shall give away. I am in blood, stepped in so far that should I wade no more, returning where a tenders as goers. Strange things I have in head that will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all nature sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the imitate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.